hey, there's something going on in Japan. I wanted to make you aware of it. Give me a call. Next day, boom. Yes, Chris, thanks for reaching out.
Isn't that weird? It works.
Yes. So I had to call this morning, right?
Yep.
And I started with an insight.
Yep.
I just finished your cold calling prospecting.
ECCP.
It's awesome, right?
Thank you.
So I like insight. I'm not trying to promote myself.
Yep.
And the conversation went amazing. And I didn't need to like brag or sell myself because it was obvious that everything we were talking about, I was an expert in. And so
yeah, and it made sense for him.
I did consulting with them.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, so then where are you at? Where do you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to be in Japan? And then monetized. And then it's like, okay, we've been on this call 30 minutes. I got to parachute before the plane crashes. So I go, does it make sense for me to send you a proposal on my consulting service? Yes, please send it.
Perfect.
Okay, so my question is, now that I'm getting the power email
Yep.
ready.
Current situation, capabilities needed, next steps.
So, but in the call, I never mentioned what my pricing was.
Okay.
And so my question is, should I have done that?
Yeah, I'm going to show you how.
And then, but in the email, in the power email, I'm gonna share that.
Yep.
And so I just need your advice that
Yeah, we're going to.
Right?
You're fine.
I don't want to crash the plane.
You're not going to crash the plane. So my recommendation is, and this is the same recommendation for all you guys, the same advice I give myself. Let's not play around with our price, right? We're not going to play games with our price because the longer we hide our price, that is like some old school sales manager learned it from the other guy who died in 1894 because somebody thought it was a good idea 6 generations ago. Our customers were born at night. They weren't born last night. Don't hide your price from anybody, right? Because all that does is cause them later on down the road to not take you seriously during the whole discussion because they're waiting. Not knowing the price of something literally blocks your ability to make a decision. So get the price out. So put your pricing on your next steps, okay? So current situation, you guys want to go from this to this in Osaka. Capabilities needed. You want to do it ahead of schedule. You want to avoid any potential tariffs. You want to make sure that you have a clean line for blankety blank and blah blah blah. You'd like to all the stuff that you discussed. Next steps. Based on my understanding, you're an excellent candidate for our consulting. Our consulting fees are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Over a blah 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 blankety blank, right? Does it make sense? Get started. Get your pricing on that power email. Now, back to your point. Should I have brought up my pricing on the call? Yes, but let me show you and everybody else here how to do that, okay? You went through the call perfectly. You reached out to him. You gave a hook, right? Something going on that everybody wants to go to Japan and have to deal with, but I want to make sure you're aware of it. He called you right back. Because they do. The ECCP course works, right? You had a good conversation. You talked about where he's at. You monetized the deal. There's one little piece that I want you to add to that, and that's this. After you monetize, hey Matt, what research have you done on us? It's a simple line. Everybody else, write this down. What research have you done on us? Okay? If you are a real estate professional, I mean, very, very few times you're going to use me. Maybe you're a real estate professional and you're a total solopreneur. Chris, even though Chris owns the company, is still going to say us because it makes him sound bigger and better, right? Us is always better. But maybe there's a few, and I'm pressing myself to try and think of one where I'd say, what research have you done on me? It sounds a little self-centered. It sounds a little ego. But when you just say, what research have you done on us? In this case, the CEO, I didn't know a lot about you, until you had reached out to me there on LinkedIn, which then opens the door wide open for you to go, it's really, really simple. True to Consulting, we focus on working. Our predominant focus is medical companies because of my experience in the medical field over 3 decades, and then combine that with my experience in Japan. We do have about 10% of our clients are not medical, but everybody's going to Japan. How it works is, the pricing is, Does it make sense for me to get a contract over to you? Now you've gotten the pricing over. Does that make sense? So, but here's the weird thing, and this, guys, I've thought about this for decades, and I've tried it every other way, and it's not as smooth. It's clunky because you have a good conversation. Then it's really hard for you to say, well, my price is $20,000 an hour. Do you want to do a contract? It just seems weird and it seems self-serving. But if I'm talking to Lloyd and Lloyd's like, man, we need this. We got to get to Japan, or I got to get this office moved, or I need a blah, 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 or blankety blank. Got it. And we monetize. And then I just go, hey, look, just out of curiosity, Lloyd, what research have you done on us? Right? He might know a lot about me. He might not. I don't care what the answer is. I care about the question. Okay? Because the question is allowing me to do what? Give a quick summary of myself, including my pricing. So that's how you're going to step into that, is what research have you done on us? Or in a few of your cases, what research have you done on me? And everything else you did, freaking perfect, Chris. Awesome job, Chris. Way to go. Way to go. If you like this video, I got you. I'm going to hook you up. Click the link in my bio. I'm going to give you the closing mini masterclass. It's normally $300. I'm going to pay for everything. You're going to close a lot more business. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to have a lot more fun. And you're going to be like, Matt Easton changed my life. And I'm going to be like, yes, I did. Did we just become best friends? And you're going to say, yes, we did. And then you and I are going to be best friends, and it'll be great. So click the link in my bio so we can be friends and you can close more business, and I'll cover all the cost. See you there.